Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Anderson High School. It's the first Trojan home game that we've had for you in quite a while since that Westlake game, now 2 Tuesdays ago. But now the Trojans are back, and they are ready to open up district play against the LASA Raptors. Visiting here this afternoon, got a 3 p.m. tip-off for you. This is an awfully quiet gym. Not everybody able to get off work, and not all the students in town to be able to come to the first Trojan district game of the season. Last year, of course, as many of you will remember, Anderson running the table in district play, a perfect 14-0. They enter this season without having lost a district game since February 20th, 2020. No, excuse me, February 2nd, 2020. So very nearly 2 years ago that Anderson has even lost a district game, and the table is set for them to run it once again. This district losing McCallum, the most equipped team to beat Anderson last year. They beat them twice, losing a few players. Lockhart should be a tough team for them to go up against, but for the most part, Anderson should be the easy favorite and to win district this year, and it would be quite an accomplishment if they were to go 14-0 once again. But around here, that would hardly be a shock. This is a very good team, and they are lined up well to have another deep district run and have another chance at a crown in the in district for Anderson. Early College High School has not been entered yet, and that's one of the more one of the better teams in the district. So I would guess that they came out on top over LASA. So LASA entering officially at 0-8, but most likely at 0-9. Trojans entering at 10-7. So Anderson playing 17 more games than LASA, but LASA still has more losses than the Trojans. And with 90 seconds to go, before we get started here with our national anthem and the announcements of our starting lineups, Anderson coming off a game, not the most high-scoring affair for them. One of their weaker games in terms of overall offense. Hayes doing a pretty good job defending them and limiting possessions for the Trojans. But Bennett Blackerby, who's kind of become the de facto leading scorer on this team just with his outside shooting ability, came out after scoring 0 points in the first half, had 13 all in the second half, and was the team's leading scorer. Bennett Blackerby, 13 points, Nate Langley with 12, Mike Wagner with 10. Those were your 3 Trojans in double figures in that one. But here we go, everybody heading back to their benches. We are getting ready to go here. Very excited. This will be our last broadcast of 2021. Kind of a bummer, but for me. Always love doing the games. We won't be back here until January 4th for a game against Navarro. Excuse me. But for now, we're going to go ahead and send it down to the PA, where we will have the announcements of our starting lineups as well as the national anthem.
Have a number of kids from Doss Elementary in the 3-1, so welcome back to Neighborhood Gym. We are glad you are here. The starting lineup for the Raptors: a 5'10 senior, number 4, Davis Palmer. A 6'3 senior, number 13, Kenichi Ezekoye. A 5'10 junior, number 14, Ethan Kwan. A 6'0 sophomore, number 24, Mario Bellavia. And a 5'9 junior, number 30, Nathan Voorhees. The Raptors are coached by Joseph Pinnell and assisted by Curtis Gallman. For your Anderson Trojans, a 6'1 junior, number 1, Mitchell Whitlow. A 6'2 senior, number 5, Jack Francis. A 6' junior, number 10, Bennett Blackerby. The floor general is a 5'11 senior, number 11, Mike Wagner. And the man in the middle, a 6'3 senior, number 24, Nate Langley.
Back into it. Ready now to get tipped off. Should have with it being such a weird time, should have some increased listening. Love to see the stats on today's broadcast. Hope you're all doing well. It's our last broadcast of the year, not of the season, of the calendar year. Trojans coming into today's game 10-7. Looking to make it 11-7 and 1-0 in district play. They win the opening tip, and we are underway. They're trapping Francis up at half court. They try and slow him down any way they can. Here's Wagner up at the top. Screen from Whitlow, rifles it over to Francis. Back outside for Wagner. Mike skips it cross court back to Jack. They're going to get it underneath to Langley. Langley kicks it back out to his point guard, and he's going to drive in. Pulls up, kicks to Francis again. Fakes the three, going to dish it inside to Langley. Langley's shot blocked underneath, and that's knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of the Trojans. So no dice on the first possession for Anderson. Here come the Raptors. With it up top is Bellavia. Now on the right wing, it's Davis Palmer. Palmer gets it up to Voorhees. Now Palmer again. Back to Voorhees, rifles it to Quan. It's a nice pass over there. They get it to the right wing. Haven't done much with it, though. Quan with Wagner defending. Bellavia on the wing. They get it to Ezekoye. That ball's knocked away. Whitlow had a chance at it, but couldn't come up with it. Now Ezekoye has possession on the floor. But excuse me, they're going to call a jump ball. About a minute and a quarter gone so far in this one. Voorhees looking to get it inbounds. They'll have to get it in, running out of time. Blackerby nearly with the steal, but Ezekoye able to pick it up. Here's Palmer. Gets it to Voorhees. Now Quan on the wing. Ezekoye, Whitlow there to take it away, and now it's a foot race for the ball. Mitchell Whitlow dives to the floor and tries to save it. He does, but no Anderson player back and able to get it. So Palmer able to take it away. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the first. Now Quan back outside. Anderson doing a good job cutting off any driving lane so far. Raptors haven't been able to do much now. Trying to get some motion back into the offense, keep things moving. Wagner going to get called for a foul there, a little overzealous, trying to pick up a steal. Not a bad play, it's something. Nothing really happening in this game so far. Here's Voorhees. Gets it into Ezekoye. Francis anticipating the pass, cut it off preemptively. Ezekoye nearly turned it over. And now he does. Whitlow there with a steal, finally able to take one away. Now they get it into the corner. Francis not going to take the three. Instead, he's just going to take it right to the basket, lays it up, lays it in. Anderson's on the board. Jack Francis. Raptors taking it up. The LASA Raptors. Delightful. Can never say enough how much I love that name. Here's Quan with it out on the right wing. And Quan picked up his foot before he put the ball on the court. That's a travel. 5:36 to go. One basket so far, and it's for the Trojans. Mike taking the ball up the floor. Now into the corner for Francis, back outside Wagner. He's just going to pull up into a three. That's too strong, but Langley bats it out of bounds, and that will stay here. They're going to stay. It's off of Ezekoye. From here, it looked like it might have been off of Langley, but Anderson will take that on the inbound. .5:21 left. Wagner looking to inbound it. Francis isn't there underneath, but Whitlow's wide open in the corner. No good, too strong. A little wide open, a little too wide open for his own good there. And here comes Palmer. Still a 2-0 game. LASA's been holding the ball for a long time once they get it. So Anderson really hasn't had that many opportunities at the rim as Voorhees, Whitlow doing a good job staying on him. Here's LASA driving in now, back outside for Quan. Quan gets to the block, but he's turned around by Blackerby. Bennett pokes it away. Couldn't take it all the way away, though. That's been the story of it today. Anderson being disruptive without being outright thieves of the ball. Now trapped with it in the corner is Bellavia. He just has to get it back outside to Quan. And see, they're taking a lot of time and not really doing a whole lot of anything. This is what Hayes was able to do so successfully, but Anderson doing an even better job of cutting stuff off. They've really only had a couple possessions offensively. Here's Ezekoye. It's taken right away by Anderson. Langley comes up with it, and now here comes Wagner pushing ahead. It's Blackerby to the wing, and that's going to be another travel. First one of the game on Anderson. Bennett caught with a little bit of hesitation, and it's a turnover. Now, halfway through this first quarter, we're rifling through it. 4:20 to go in the first. Cross to Palmer. Trap at half court. Now they kick it over. It's a new player into the game. It's West Plowman. Remember him from last year. That's a fantastic name. That one's knocked out of bounds by Francis into the Anderson bench. LASA trying to pass it in. Voorhees will be the one to do it. Here's Ezekoye. Now Plowman. Up top. Back to Voorhees. Now they get it into a cutting Ezekoye. That's a nice look at the rim for him, and they've got a tie game halfway through the first quarter. 2 apiece. Pass ahead to Langley. It's a touchdown. Wagner, ever adept at the full court passes. Picking up a deuce underneath. His first bucket of the game. He's been a man possessed since he came back from injury these last few games. Anderson, obviously just a much better team when Nate Langley is out there on the court and producing. Now they get it into Balavia at the rim. It's no good. Ezekoye able to take it. He's a little too erratic with it. Anderson knocks it away on the shot attempt. Here's Blackerby pushing the pace. He's going to kick it to the corner, open for Francis. Jack's going to drive it in. Like he might have been better off taking the shot, but now he's going to get by a defender into no man's land, back outside to Blackerby, into the air, into the corner. Whitlow driving in, skip pass for Langley. He's been good from the corner lately, and he stays perfect. Nate Langley becoming an automatic three-point shooter. As long as you get it to him in the corner, that's the most efficient shot in basketball. And here's Balavia. They get it back up top to Palmer. Looked at a three and said he'll find Plowman. That's no good. Looked online just a bit too strong. Now here comes Wagner the other way. 7-2 is your score. Wagner loses it going up, and it's a fast break chance for the Raptors. Here comes Palmer with Langley unable to time the jump up and get the block. Davis Palmer gets the layup on the other end. It's 7-4. Trojans have the lead, but they will call the timeout. It's their first of the game. It'll just be a 30-second time, or no, excuse me, the Raptors calling the timeout after the basket. So just a 30-second timeout. Going to go ahead and keep it here. Nate Langley with 5 points, Francis with 2. Nate has scored back-to-back buckets for the Trojans. And the defenses look good. They just need to, once again, clean up some turnovers. And they've got a good game on their hands, only giving up 2 baskets, one of them in transition off of a turnover. So LASA doing kind of the similar thing just to keep the game close, and that's not turn the ball over after a long possession. It's another example of why I am an advocate of a shot clock in high school basketball. But now the Trojans have a substitution. Fred Dale and Campbell Duncan into the game for the first time. Here's Campbell Duncan. Now Francis in the corner. Jack looked at the three. He's not going to take it and said he's going to skip it across to the best shooter on the team. And he can't do it there, but here's Francis with the board. Gets it back to Wagner. Now Wagner going to drive right. Gets to Francis on the wing. It's a deep three for Jack, and he can't knock it down. Rebound Voorhees. Blackerby looking to take it away, but LASA just going to take it up the floor. 2:04 left in the quarter. Francis working on Plowman. Trying to do some defensive player of the year things. There's Bellavia. Palmer. Now back to Ezekoye. He's going to go at Dale, and he jumped up with it. Travel on the floor. It's our 3rd travel called in the game. This is 2nd on LASA. But now with 150, Anderson has a 3-point lead. Going to try and add some points to it here. Good pass into Duncan. Floater is no good. Batted up by Dale. Can't get it to go. A lot of contact on that play. But the officials are letting him go. Only 1 foul called so far in the game. Here's Plowman. Bellavia with it up top. Now over to Voorhees. Working his way around the perimeter. Some bad spacing here, and they're going to get Anderson for a whistle. Nearly a double and a takeaway, but instead it's going to be a foul. That's a 2nd going against the Trojans. They're going to get Bennett Blackerby on that one. So one foul on Blackerby, 1 foul on Wagner. Just 7 points overall for Anderson right now. Get it into Ezekoye. Duncan going to be defending him. Shot for 3 from Voorhees is no good. Voorhees usually known for more of a slasher. Back up to Blackerby. Now Wagner gets it into Dale. Fred Dale putting it on the floor. Good find in the corner for Francis. He's going to drive it in. Hop step, gets it back outside to Blackerby. Bennett driving in, getting all the way to the bucket, and he's turned around by Ezekoye. Lost it up in the air. So a slow start for Bennett Blackerby. And Anderson still with a 3-point lead, but a shot on the wing here, and that's a tie game. Davis Palmer, 5 points. 40 seconds left. Anderson usually likes to opt to hold for the final shot in situations like these. Want to go to the quarter break with a lead. Rifle, pass across to Francis, nearly thrown away. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Back to Francis, that ball got tipped. We're going to have to be a little more careful on this. $15 seconds. Now's about the time to get it going. Campbell Duncan comes and sets the screen for Wagner. Over to Blackerby. Bennett going to step into it, takes the shot, can't knock it down. Rebound to Duncan. He goes up with the shot. No shot through contact. Fred Dale throws it up. Francis gets it, and Anderson just can't get anything at the rim right now. A lot of open looks, can't convert, and we've got a tie game after one. So not the best showing for the Trojans through the first quarter against LASA. But they will end the first frame tied. Want to go ahead and thank our sponsor on this afternoon's broadcast for Trojan Basketball, Harry Breen and Herman and Enco Tech, and for us at Vype, Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get ready to go back to school and back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Shop in-store or online at academy.com, and you can find all the hottest sports gear and casual styles from Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and more. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break after the first quarter, and when we come back, we'll have the rest of the first half for you. We'll be right back.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts.
Wait, hold on just a moment.
It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
Back in out of the break when we are ready for the second quarter. It's a tie game. Fred Dale in the game with it at the top of the key. They get it to Campbell Duncan. He looks for Bennett Blackerby. Started off a little bit slow in his last two games. Throws it up, can't get it to go. And Bennett this time gets it right back. He's going to drive it to the rim, take it up, get it to go. That's a frustration bucket for Bennett Blackerby. And hopefully that'll get him going. Sometimes it's just nice to see the ball go through the rim. And Anderson's got the lead back early in the second quarter. Good for them to score on that first possession, as here's Huck Light Whipple with it on the baseline. Isn't that wonderful? And Huck Light Whipple travels with it. Huck Light Whipple. HLP. Or HLW. My bad. Here's Langley. Looking for something to do with it. Gets it to Campbell Duncan. Looking for Francis in the post. A little bit of an errant pass, but Jack able to save it to Dale, and Dale knocks it out of bounds. It looked like it was off of Voorhees, but we're going to get it off of Dale. So some more turnover struggles for Anderson, as here's West Plowman trying to get it into Ezekoye, and that's out of bounds, and this time it's off of LASA. Francis. Whitlow on the right wing, now back outside for Jack. Jack left open, he's going to step into a triple. Can't get it to go. Bit of a lid on the basket for Anderson right now. It's a good process, bad result right now for the Trojans. Now into the corner for Voorhees. Langley defending him. Good job to get around Langley, and he just kind of threw that up, and they're going to call a charge. Fred Dale doing a good job stepping in front of it and picking that up.
Offensive foul on number 30, Nathan.
Voorhees a little shaken up. He's just going to run that one off.
Team first. Trojan ball.
Going to have a timeout on the floor. Anderson calling it. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. I believe that's the first timeout of the game called for the Trojans. They've got a 2-point lead. We're going to go ahead and just keep it here. Right now, only 3 Trojans in the scoring column. Francis with 2, Blackerby with 2, Langley with 5. Nate continuing that first half scoring barrage. He picks up a lot of points early in games for Anderson. But now Trojans struggling a little bit. Defensively, not so much, but once again on the offensive end, they've had a little bit of a harder time. It's not necessarily too much about what LASA is doing right now. Anderson just having a hard time making shots. Defensively, they've only given up 3 baskets, of course, so they're doing fine there. Getting a lot of run for the bench unit here with Dale and nearly another turnover and Campbell in. But it's Whitlow, Francis, and Langley on the court. Jack's with it up top. Jack going to drive in, get it to Campbell Duncan. He's trapped underneath the basket, gets it to Whitlow, and they're going to call another travel. So a sloppy game early on. Francis nearly able to take that one away. Here's Plowman with Francis defending. Jack doing a good job staying in front. They've got Palmer. He's got 5 of the team's 7 right now. And another travel. Sloppy game. Here's Francis into the corner. He's just going to try the floater, and that's good. Good job, Jack Francis, getting to his team a simple bucket from the baseline. They're into double figures now. Francis has 4. Wagner getting ready to check back in for the Trojans. He hasn't had much action since picking up that early foul, but he should be good to go for a little bit. Derek Armour also checked back into the game. Here's a floater, no good. Fred Dale doing a good job picking up the rebound over Ezekoye. Pass ahead to Jack. Gets to the right wing and slows it down. Now he's going to accelerate, gets underneath, gets it to Dale, and banks it in, plus the foul. Francis nearly turned it over, but did a good job of finding Fred Dale, getting the layup and getting the foul. Fred Dale with some nice finishing through the contact.
Number 11, Huck Light Whipple, his second, team second at the line. Fred Dale.
So Dale will head to the line for 1. It's a 6-point lead for Anderson. Gets it.
It's good.
And with that, Fred Dale going to check out.
Number 22, Derek Armour.
Nice job hitting the free throw. Now it's the starters minus Blackerby plus Armour. Francis doing a nice job of being a one-man press here in this first half. Very nearly and over the back. Lucky that wasn't called. Now here's Palmer. Plowman works his way around. He's double-teamed by Whitlow and Francis. Now another double team, and we have a timeout by LASA. Very nearly either a jump ball or a turnover. Good job by Anderson. These doubles and these traps have been very effective here in the second half. Just going to be another 30-second timeout. So I think we're going to go ahead and keep it here once again. Take you through some scoring. Davis Palmer doing it all for LASA right now. He's got 5 of the team 7. Kanechi Ezekoye with 2. And on the Trojan side of things, Nate Langley with 5, Francis with 4, Fred Dale with 3, and Bennett Blackerby with 2. That's everybody that scored a basket for the Trojans so far. Starting to fill up a little bit more in here, at least on our side of the stands. Can't quite see that on camera, though. Always good to pack the madhouse on Mesa. For one more game before Christmas time, Anderson forcing a turnover right out of the timeout. Francis gets it to, Wagner gets it ahead to Francis. Beautiful pass reading the floor from Mike. Give him the assist there and give another bucket to Francis. That's his 3rd of the game. He's got 6. Here's Plowman getting it ahead. And Whitlow, after the ball goes through the player's legs, almost it comes up with another steal. Here's Palmer. Back outside for Plowman. Plowman going to fire ahead. No. Rebound batted up and out. Wagner would have had it, but it was batted out of bounds off of LASA. And that deadly trap was what got Anderson so many good leads last season. Pass ahead to Wagner, almost off the head of the official. Now Langley, looked like he had a 3-on-2, but they'll get it back to Wagner and just set up an offense. Francis now going to drive in, gets to the basket, and that one's knocked out of bounds, but they're going to call a foul. Looked like Ezekoye might have hit the ball out, but they're going to call Ezekoye for the foul. I think it's going to be on the floor, though.
Foul on number 13, Kenichi Ezekoye.
So a blocking foul instead of a foul on the floor instead of a shooting foul. They get it to Francis, and there's that play. There's that play once again. That's Jack's 4th bucket. Trojans lead at 18-7. That's the best offensive inbound play I've ever seen. It's nearly automatic as Palmer loses this one out of bounds. It's another turnover. Blackerby getting ready to check back in. So Langley checks out and Blackerby checks in. Actually, we got a lot more subs than that. Jackson Gill onto the court now. It's Gill, Blackerby, Francis, Whitlow, and Wagner. 18-7. Trojans back up into the double figures for the first time today. Love to see that for the Trojans. Here's Blackerby out on the wing, back into the game. Nice pass off to Whitlow, throws it up. A lot of contact on that one, and Mitchell will take it to the line. Mike Wagner, just a heck of a passer.
Fouls on number 13, Kenichi Koya, his second. At the line, shooting 2, Mitch Whitlow.
Can't hit the first. So Mitchell goes 1 for 2 at the line. That's his first point. 19-7. Now ball on the right wing. Can't see much. Travis Edwards with it up top. They get it to the left side. That's Roman Edwards. Edwards doing a nice job getting that pass to the block. Now Francis has it. Another turnover forced by Anderson, and that's going to be a trend here today as Blackerby gets to the basket. They're going to call a charge on that. I think that's the right call. Good job getting in position is Travis Edwards. So some 10-on-10 crime, and this will be a half that Bennett Blackerby would like to forget. Not his best work as the Trojans' leading scorer. With back-to-back slow first halves, he's only got 2 here. I believe that's his second foul. Here's Voorhees. Gets it to Edwards. Now back up top, it's Bellavia. Edwards drives in. Francis cuts it off. Now Bellavia on the left wing. Whitlow defending him. Back outside, it's Shaw. Now with it is Travis Edwards, and they're going to call a travel. Looks like that might have been a jump ball. But either way, Trojans force the turnover. It's another turnover forced by the Trojans, as defensively they can really do no wrong right now. Here's Francis in the corner. There's that play again. He loves that shot, and it's good to go. Anderson feels like nobody shoots better from that left corner. Here's Voorhees. That's no good. It's another miss for him outside. That's a good rebound underneath by number 10, Travis Edwards, who's been a nice little spark plug off the bench as he picks up a foul. He's going to head to the line for 2. Drawing a charge, now getting to the line on the other end.
At the line, shooting 2, number 10, Travis Edwards.
Makes the first. And that is the first point for LASA of the second quarter. We were at 7-7 at the end of 1. And he makes both. So now a 15-2 run as Blackerby driving in, hop step, gets to the lane, and they're going to call a travel. A lot of the, they've been travel-happy officials here today. Both sides have been whistled for many, many travels. Here's Voorhees driving in, kicks it to the corner. Plowman steps back for it. That's no good. Rebound Wagner. 22-9, Wagner passes ahead. Francis has it. Loses it going up, kicks it to the corner. Here's Gill. And that's the kind of day it's been for Jack Francis today. Bounces right back to himself after losing it. Picks up the assist on the corner tray for Jackson Gill. Here's Voorhees. Langley, good job sticking with it, just takes it right away. Here's Blackerby going to push the pace now. Rifles it ahead to Wagner, too strong off the backboard. And now it'll be a turnover the other way. Anderson does a good job getting back. Langley is there. Voorhees' floater is good. See? Voorhees the slasher, not the shooter.
Number 30, Nathan Voorhees for the
Now back for Wagner. Trojans with the ball back. They get it to Langley. Langley loses it. Anderson almost gets it back, but instead it'll be a 2-on-1. Wagner stays with it. Voorhees can't get the layup. Rebound goes to Wagner. Now ahead for Jack. Jack's going to take it all the way to the basket. Lays it up. Can't get it to go, but he'll have 2 free throws for it.
Fouls on number 41, Rohan Shaw. At the line, shooting 2, Jack Francis.
1:09 to go left in the second. Francis at the line for 2. A brick off the back iron there. Fred Dale back into the game. He's got 3. Blackerby going to head. Will he head to the bench? Yes. Blackerby to the bench. Corey Price into the game now. So it's Langley, Dale, Francis, Price, and Wagner. Jack goes 1 for 2. He's got a team high 12 points. The only player even in the vicinity is Nate Langley with 5. So Jack doing the brunt of the scoring here today, and that's what happens. He's so good defensively on the perimeter. He's just getting steals and runouts. So Jack getting a lot of easy buckets, and that's kind of how he gets a lot of his baskets. That's why he was such a great player for this team last year. Just steals and fast break layups. Francis going to pick up a foul there. They finally got past him as Francis got caught jumping into the air. He's been such a disciplined defender today, but he'll pick up one there. That's the 5th team foul for Anderson. LASA also with 5. Huck Light Whipple to the line. And the more I can say that name, the better. Huck Light Whipple makes the first. Huck Light Whipple, 2 for 2. Wagner has it taken away by Palmer. Not often you see Wagner turn it over in the backcourt, but with 35 seconds left, Wagner takes it right on back. It's a 2-on-2. Wagner ahead of them all. He's going to get to the basket. Layup behind the head. How did he get that to go?
Coast to coast.
That's Wagner's first bucket of the game. Haven't recalled him taking too many shots either. Ooh, Corey Price, a little overzealous there, but doing a good job of getting back in the play. Francis, ooh, and now Plowman splitting the double team. Some lucky moves there, and does a nice job keeping the ball with him. As there's 7 seconds left, Wagner has the ball up top. He's going to drive right in, take it to the basket himself, gets it to go, and the buzzer will sound. Mike Wagner, back-to-back baskets to end the first half. He makes it 30-13. It's a nice job from Mike Wagner, who hadn't scored in the entire first half, picking up his 2 baskets and back-to-back times down the floor after picking up a turnover. Steals it right back, goes coast to coast. And then to beat the first half buzzer. Now with 10 minutes left of halftime, we're going to go ahead and take a break here in just a moment, but want to run through some unofficial stats here for the Trojans. Jack Francis leading the way with 12. Nate Langley has 5. He scored the team's 2nd and 3rd basket, but was held scoreless after that. Behind Langley is Wagner with 4, Fred Dale with 3. Jackson Gill also knocked down a corner triple. He has 3. Bennett Blackerby has 2. And Mitchell Whitlow has 1. He went 1 for 2 from the free throw line after a nice job getting the ball underneath the basket and couldn't quite finish. But on the LASA side of things, Davis Palmer has 5. Travis Edwards, Huck Light Whipple, Kenechi Ezekoye, and Nathan Voorhees all have 2. Davis Palmer, the high man there, with 5. With that, going to go ahead and take it to halftime. I'd like to thank you for tuning in on the broadcast. We'd also like to thank our sponsors for Trojan basketball. It's Howie Breen and Herman and Emcotech, and for us on Vype, it's Academy Sports and Outdoors. At Academy Sports and Outdoors, back to school also means back to sport. And from graphic tees to basketball shoes, let's change it, right? We have everything you need to make this your best year yet. Swing by your local Academy store today or shop online at academy.com, and you can find all the hottest styles from top brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and Vans, all at a price you'll love. So if you want game-changing gear, start here at Academy Sports and Outdoors. So we've got 8 minutes left before the game's going to get back going. Going to go ahead and take a break of our own. Hope you were enjoying the broadcast today. My name is Jack Farrell. Always a pleasure to bring you some Anderson basketball, this time on a Tuesday afternoon. We'll be right back.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com.
Interested in Vype Campus? Vype Campus brings our popular citywide media days right to your doorstep. As a Vype Campus client, we will work with you to help you take advantage of our unique campus model to build a unique experience for your school. From media day photo shoots of all your athletes to game day coverage, broadcasts and live streams, video and digital content, hype videos, the Vype U program, same-day graphics, and of course your very own campus magazine, Vype Campus is truly whatever you want it to be. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out how to join Vype Campus today.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at vype.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13, back in, another reverse, breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds, really close at the corner. Rotates to Wilson, she fires the three. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by one.
Log on to vype.com.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live, we bring your teams to you.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast. Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at vype.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13, back in, another reverse, breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds, really close at the corner. Rotates to Wilson, she fires the three. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by one.
Log on to vype.com.
Well, we're struggling a little bit with the ads, the spots there. So we'll just run it. It's fine. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you're all enjoying the broadcast. Trojans lead it 30-13 after 2. They struggled mightily out of the gate. The first 8 minutes were not a pretty bunch for the Anderson Trojans. They ended the first quarter tied at 7 apiece. The second quarter, however, Anderson really got out and running. We really saw a lot of what made Anderson such a good team last season. That half-court trap, just a lot of pressure and double teaming over on the wings and by the sidelines makes it really tough for a team like LASA who doesn't have a lot of size, especially at the guard position. Anderson able to just kind of tower over them and blind them, and they're kind of walled off and just forced to turn it over or burn a timeout or give up a jump ball. So at 23-6, second quarter by the Trojans leaves us where we are now at 30-13, a much better close to the half for the Trojans than an opener. They should be getting their way out onto the court for the second half here. Should be a good time to see a lot of the bench unit get going today. Jack Francis with the big half, 12 points for him, really leading the way for this offense.
Quick reminder.
Yeah, I got my math right.
Stand if you're after halftime. So please note there are no second half concessions.
So 30 points for the Trojans as they make their way
Leading
back out
scorers in
onto the
first
court.
half,
And leading
Doss
scorers as they go
Owl
through them.
Davis Palmer leads the LASA Raptors with 5. 2 apiece for Travis Edwards, Huck Light Whipple, Kenichi Ezekoye, and Nathan Voorhees. For the Trojans, Jack Francis with 12. Nate Langley with 5, Mike Wagner 4, Jackson Price with a 3, Bennett Blackaby with 2, Mitch Whitlow with a free throw.
Didn't need to flame Mitch like that. Come on. Tuesday, that tournament should be getting started, at least for the Trojans. Unfortunately, won't be able to do the broadcast for that game, as it's a little too tough to schedule all that sort of stuff. As Francis going to pick up a steal right off the bat in the second half, dishes it off to Whitlow on the pass. He picks up a foul. So this will be our final broadcast of the year. The next one that we will be in here for will be another home game. It'll be Tuesday, January 4th. Navarro Vikings come to town. I'm not sure what happened there, but something to give LASA the ball back. I was too busy looking at my schedule, and Bennett picks up the steal, goes to the floor to get it, and here's Whitlow, lobs it ahead to Wagner. Wagner takes it to the basket, can't get it to go. Francis there on the board, and he's going to be fouled. The official on the far side calling that one. Francis will head to the line after getting the foul on Kenichi Ezekoye. That'll be the third foul on Ezekoye. As we are into the third quarter, Francis 1 for 2 at the line today, makes it 1 of 1 here. Jack perfect from the line there. 32-13, Francis very nearly picking up another turnover, another steal. Was bringing it up is West Plowman. They get it into Voorhees, works his way into an open jump shot. It's a nice screen there to get him open. Langley passes it ahead to Francis. Now he's going to take it all the way to the basket. Gets it and one. Jack Francis finishing over the top of West Plowman. He'll head to the line, and the scoring outburst continues for Jack Francis. He's already up to 16.
Fouls on number 15, West Plowman, his second. For the and one, number 5, Jack Francis.
Jack knocks that one down. He's got 3 for 3 from the line in this half already. We're only about 40 seconds in. Jack Francis, 17 points. The next highest is 5, so he's really carrying the load for the Trojans today. 35-13, Plowman gets it into Voorhees. He's backed up on the elbow, working his way around trying to look for something. Instead, he'll just get it back to his point guard, and they will reset it. Got 2 guys standing there at the elbow, so the spacing isn't awesome right now for LASA, but they get it to Bellavia. He drives it in, And that's through the hands of Palmer, but he gets it back. Wagner pokes it free, but back to Voorhees. So some good bounces here as Voorhees going to step back into a triple and cans this one. So Nathan Voorhees, that's his third three-point attempt, his first to make, and now a pass ahead to Langley. Up and under, can't get it, but it's a foul on Voorhees. It's another good pass from the Trojan PG. It's now 35-16. Langley will head to the line, going to try and make it 7.
Fouls on number 30, Nathan Voorhees, his second, team fourth. At the line, shooting 2, number 24, Nate Langley.
Nate took the contact to the back, but couldn't knock down the shot. As Nate misses the first, Voorhees now up to 5. He's got a team high right there with Davis Palmer. 16 for the Raptors, 35 for the Trojans. Langley going 0 for 1 from the line. Making it 0 for 2 as Ezekoye picks up the rebound. Now Ezekoye going to have to be careful not to turn it over there, and he just is patient and does. Trojans just going to opt to get back on defense. Now 6.5 to go in the third. Here comes Plowman. Langley picks him up, driving to the basket. Floater from Plowman, nearly knocked it down, but off the rim, and here's Bellavia with a board. Wagner knocked it away, but over to Plowman. Plowman going to try and get by Wagner. Does, and he gets it to go at the basket. Finally some shots starting to fall for LASA. It's now 35-18. Bennett Blackerby going to take it all the way to the hole. Gets it to go. Bennett Blackerby with a nice move. Way to shake off some of that first half rust. It's his second bucket of the game. He's got 4 points. Anderson's got 37. They have a 29-point lead. Here's Plowman driving in. Going to be blocked by Whitlow. Goes back up with it, and they're going to call a foul on the Trojans. Not sure if he had that ball back, but he definitely made an attempt to throw it back up towards the rim, and that's going to be a foul called on Bennett Blackerby.
Floor, number 10, Bennett Blackerby, his third.
It'll be 3 on Bennett. So he'll probably have to check out here as we have a substitution. It's Langley and Blackerby going to come out for Gill and Dale. Now they're trying to get it in. Voorhees looking for, he gets it to Bellavia. Could have been a steal from Whitlow had he had his head turned around. Here's Voorhees, as that's a nice job to get out of that hole, and now into the corner for Bellavia. That's too strong. Rebound goes underneath to Gill. Now they'll push. Wagner with the ball. He'll slow it down, kicks it over to Gill. He's going to try another 3. He can't knock this one down. Rebound goes to Whitlow, and they're going to call a foul on Mitchell.
Fouls on number 1, Mitch Whitlow.
The heckles and jeers from the LASA student section that has gathered here today do not resonate so much when it's a 29-point ball game. Good heckles, I won't lie. Just not the time or place. Another turnover forced by the Trojans. Wagner hop step into the lane. Whitlow a little push shot, and he gets it. Mitchell Whitlow hitting his first field goal of the game. He's got 3 points. Anderson pushes it past 20 now. It's 39-18. 21-point lead for them. Plowman driving in, crossing over into the corner for Voorhees. He'll just have to kick it back outside for Palmer. Palmer into Voorhees once again. He's on the right wing, crosses to his left. Tried to get a pass to Palmer, but Palmer was sort of fading to the corner, not rolling to the basket. So some miscommunication is the turnover there, but some hounding Trojan defense certainly helps. Wagner gets it ahead to Gill. Francis getting ready to check back in a moment. Here's Whitlow, dumps it off to Dale. Dale up with it and finished. A nice finish through contact for Fred Dale. That's his second bucket of the game. He also had an and one with his first basket, so 5 points for Fred. 41-18. And that's got to be an illegal screen, and it is against LASA. So now the other way, it's 41-18.
Offensive foul on number 10, Travis Edwards, his first, team 5th.
Already the 5th team foul against LASA. Trojans just with 2. Over to Gill. Back to Wagner. Now Mike going to kick it into gear, loses it, poked away by Voorhees. Now across to Gill. Now back to Wagner. Hand off to Duncan, into the corner for Wagner. Mike going to drive it in, an open path to the bucket, up and under, and it's good.
Mike Wagner.
Third make of the day for Mike Wagner. The Trojans have 43. They're putting on the run once again. Now driving in with it. Campbell Duncan doing a good job getting a hand on it, but he can't complete the steal, but Voorhees has it up top. He's going to drive in on Wagner. Now back outside, it's Huck Light Whipple. And Huck Light Whipple turns it over. I'm going to say it. If he gets the ball, if he touches, I'm saying that name. It rocks. It's the coolest name I've ever heard. Here's Gill. Back to Jack Francis. By the way, another great name. Just a little bit desensitized to it at this point. Here's Campbell Duncan getting to the basket. Just rolls off. Francis couldn't come up with the rebound. Also Bennett Blackerby. That's insane. That's a beautiful name. It's perfect. Here's Huck Light Whipple. Throws it up, and he's going to take it to the free throw line after the foul on Dale.
Fouls on number 35.
Last year, Benito Black was great, of course.
At the line, shooting 2, number 11, Huck Light Whipple.
Whipple, he's 3 for 3 from the line. A perfect 4 for 4 on the day from Huck Light Whipple. It's 43 to 20, and they're going to get Francis for a travel.
Tough call, Jack.
Edwards with it up top, gets it to Voorhees. Now Light Whipple on the corner, and tried to pass it underneath to Edwards, and Edwards wasn't quite ready for that one. 43-20. Langley gets it to Gill. And Jackson going to push it up. Nice job getting it to Campbell Duncan. Campbell going to drive in. Back to Langley. Langley going to put it on the court. Get to the hoop. Can't get the shot to fall. Dale gets the board, though. Throws it up. And that's a foul. Nearly banked it in. Another and one for Fred Dale. But instead, he'll just head to the line for 2. Knocked down his first free throw, so he's 1 for 1.
Fouls on number 11, Huck Light Whipple. At the line, shooting 2, number 35, Fred Dale.
Freddie hits the first. Unflappable. Hits both despite the rumblings from the LASA fans. Good to see him out here. Glad they were able to travel for this game. A lot of LASA students, of course, kind of from the neighborhood. As Nate Langley blocks Voorhees' 3. That's a nice job by Nate Langley to get out there. Here's Dale. Back to Gill. Gill going to kick it in. Now, Dale. Now, there's been a lot of travels called on both sides today. I don't think I've ever seen a game with this many travels called on both sides. That's really what's contributing in it, is both teams are really racking them up. Now a foul on the wing for Gill.
Fouls on number 4, Davis Palmer.
As Jack just mistimed his jump to pick up a steal in the backcourt as he's matched up on Roman Edwards. Has almost dragged his pivot foot, but driving in is Palmer. Picks up his dribble. And now Jack going to jump the passing lane and take it. Now Edwards. Campbell Duncan finally takes it away. A lob ahead to Jack. He's got a one-on-one. He's just going to take it in, a hop step, and now he's going to pick up the foul. Palmer grabbed his arm. And that's it's got to be a smart foul, otherwise it's a free basket for Jack Francis. He'll head to the line for 2. That's now the 7th team foul going against LASA. Anderson has 4.
Number 4, Davis Palmer. That puts the Raptors over the
They'll take Edwards out, and that will send Wes Plowman back into the game. He's got 2. Jack makes quite the opposite. He makes the front end of the 1-and-1.
Francis shooting 1.
Now Jack back to the line to shoot 1. 2:11 left in the third. It's 46-20. And that one misses the front end, but Dale is there on the glass, and he's fouled from behind by Huck Light Whipple. I'm saying the name. So now Freddie to the line. Freddie buckets.
Number 35, Fred Dale.
He can spin it on the field, and he can spin it on the court. Automatic from the line. That'll make Fred 4 for 4 from the line on the day. Corey Price into the game for Jackson Gill. staying perfect. And the Trojans lead is growing. Francis now back pressing, almost gets a takeaway. But now they'll have to play catch up as LASA's going to have numbers. But here's Light Whipple now back outside to West Plowman. Campbell Duncan defending. But they're letting him develop something. Here's Palmer driving in. 2 minutes to go left in the quarter. Here's Rohan Shah going to fire away. That's too strong. Now here is Fred Dale pushing the pace. He's going to take it coast to coast, get to the basket, and he's going to pick up another foul. And Fred Dale is he has a chance to become the second Trojan into double figures here, as we all predicted.
Fouls on number 41, Rohan Shaw. At the line shooting 2, Fred Dale.
Makes the first.
The Trojans number 22, Derek Armour.
And he is the second Trojan in double figures off the bench. He's been in the six-man role today as Derek Armour checks in, as Nate Langley checks out. Gets awful quiet when they're shooting them free throws. Now it's 50-20 off the back of Fred Dale's 11. Francis also with 18-12 coming in the first half. And Jack just picks the pocket of West Plowman. He's going to have a 2-on-1 with Ezekoye, and he's going to get to the basket, lays it up, wanted the foul, but Jack will just take the basket and he'll push the other way. That's a heck of a finish on the other end by Jack Francis. Now here's Plowman up top, Duncan defending. Francis now into the 20s with that last bucket, and it's another turnover by LASA. Good job getting in on that one to force the turnover there. It's Campbell Duncan. Inbounding to Francis. Jack taking it up. He's been doing this really without taking many shots. A lot of his baskets have been at the rim, and just as I say that, ooh, that would have been cool. Unfortunately, it'll go the other way for LASA. A minute to go here in the quarter. They trail by 32. Ooh, and Price a little bit of a gamble on that one, but good job getting back into the play. And here's Ezekoye. Get it to Palmer. So the quest for 14-0, looking pretty good for Anderson, as this will be their, ooh, Corey Price laying out to try and get that steal. Ezekoye doing a good job of getting it back. Ooh, good find. Nice pass. Gets Travis Edwards his second basket. Kanechi Ezekoye showing off the vision. Eyes in the back of his head for that assist. Here's Palmer. 24 seconds. Francis crossing over, and that's a foul. Can't foul him that far away from the basket, especially when you're in the bonus. Anderson going to be shooting 2 the rest of the way. We are in the third quarter. So Anderson going to be shooting a lot of free throws in this fourth quarter. Any foul at any point on the court will be free throws for them, except offensive fouls committed by LASA. But any loose ball, anything when Anderson has it, will send them to the line. Francis hits the first. He's got quite a few free throws here already. Goes 2 for 2 there. That'll give Jack 22. Is Wagner going to check back in for Dale? So it's Francis and Price there to intercept it. Jack underneath as Corey turns it right back over, but Wagner is there to take it, and looks like we're going to have a jump ball. It'll stay here. So nice job by Palmer keeping that play alive for LASA. Getting the steal back. So it's Wagner and Francis, those 2 starters, along with Price, Duncan, and Armour. But now with 12 seconds, Jack has it outside. Screen comes from Duncan. He won't use it. Now back outside for Price. Francis with it on the left wing. 6 seconds. Jack skips to the corner. It's an open look for Duncan. He's going to take one dribble. Pulls up. That's good at the buzzer. Campbell Duncan knocks down his first basket of the game. That's another Trojan into the scoring column. And Anderson has a 56-22 In the final frame of play, Jack Francis has been doing it all today. He's got 22. Fred Dale, your next leading scorer with 11. Trojans have the starters back in at the start of the fourth quarter. As here's Palmer. He's going to turn it over as Okoye. Pass was not completed as Francis, the underhand pass from Mike Wagner, going full court, dropping dimes. 24 for Jack. He could get 30. Here's Shaw with it on the wing. And they get it into Ezekoye on the elbow. And that's going to be an illegal screen going against Ezekoye.
Offensive foul on number 13, Kenichi Ezekoye. His fourth.
That's the fourth foul on Ezekoye. So there, an offensive foul. Anderson does not shoot free throws. Francis gets it into Wagner. Tried to dump it off to Langley. Ezekoye there, but that's going to have to be a travel because he laid down with it. He got it, kind of slid and went to his back, and that's what makes that a travel. That's one of my lesser favorite basketball rules. But it is a rule, so it's Trojan basketball underneath, and they're trying to get it to Francis. Jack knocked down a guy, so he couldn't get it to him underneath. Jack trying to get the rebound to himself. He can't. Whitlow does. Now Bennett Blackerby with possession. Now here's Wagner. Driving in. Finds Francis, pass a little high, but Jack gets it back and lays it up over the two smaller defenders. That's another one for Jack Francis. He's got 26. Here's Shaw. Now going under is Palmer, and that's going to be a walk. Maybe in the NBA, but not in UIL. It was a nice move. That's the old Kobe Bryant, throw it off the backboard to yourself. And if there's anybody older in here that has to tell me that there's somebody else that did that better, then let me know. Is Langley going to pick up a foul? He'll head to the line for two. It's just the most recent, and that's the most famous one that I've seen. I'm sure Jordan did it plenty. I know LeBron's done. I'm not trying to not give it up to the greats, of course. As Langley, he's been off from the line today, misses off the front. As Langley misses the free throw, but Francis gets the rebound, so Nate 0 for 2. But Jack doing a good job picking up the board. Anderson has a 60-22 lead here in the fourth. Get it back to 5. He's having an excellent game for himself. Langley into the corner. He's going to fire from 3. That's an air ball. Rebound goes to Hucklight Whipple. So Nate coming in cold off the bench does not have the shooting touch right now, as that's a nice running hook from Hucklight Whipple.
Number 11, Hucklight Whipple.
So here's Whitlow, gets it ahead to Francis. Jack has a lane to get at least to the corner. Now gets by Hucklight Whipple, going to lay it up, lay it in. What a nice hesitation from Jack Francis. He's got 28.
For the Trojans.
Anderson going to go ahead and burn a timeout here. They're going to use a full, so we're going to go ahead and take a break with them. We'll be right back for some more fourth quarter action for you. Trojans dominating this one at 62-24.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3rd and 13, not yet, another reverse, breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds, really close in the corner. Rotates to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
Back in, oop, that's loud. Sorry. Back in on the broadcast. Trojans have a 62-24 lead. Jack Francis creeping up on a career high. He's got 30. Or excuse, that's not true. I got distracted by my equipment. Jack Francis's career high is 30. He's got 28. So he is right up on it, but right now he's going to get a rest. It's bench unit time. Driving in, Balavia floater. That's no good. Rebound to Derek Armour. Gets it to head to Corey Price. Ben Bazarian and Andrew Alexander into the game for the first time. They're out there with Kalen Hull. That's your 5 for the Trojans. Andrew Alexander firing from the corner, no good. Armour jumps for it. Hull nearly batting it away, does, and gets it back to Corey Price. Now pass to Kalen Hull underneath. He's going to take the shot, no good. And they'll just have to get back, pushing the pace. Here comes Edwards, and they're going to get Edwards for a travel. 62-24, 5:13 left in the game. Price gets it to Ben. Now up top, here's Armour. He's going to drive in, get to the basket. Nice hop step to finish it. Good footwork to not pick up the travel, as there's been an abundance tonight. Well, this afternoon. It's 4, I can say tonight, right? Here's Bellavia.
Good D, Ben.
Edwards nearly loses it, gets it to Palmer. Now Edwards with it. Edwards gets it outside to the other Edwards, Roman Edwards. Here's Price. Pushing it ahead for the Trojans, gets it to Hull underneath. Now Armour gets it to Alexander. Alexander going to drive in, kicks it out top. Ben Bazarian going to take a few dribbles inside. Get to the basket, throws it up. Can't get it to go. Tried to knock it down through the contact, but couldn't. Now ahead to Palmer. Euro step, good job, but he couldn't get it to go. Just a little short on the layup. Now Ben Bazarian going to push. He's got a one-on-one. Takes it all the way, lays it up, too short. Armour there to clean it up. He's also unable to hit. And Henderson can't get anything to go right now with the bench unit. They're getting good looks, playing some good defense. Is Price going to pick up a foul there? Yeah. 30-point lead for the Trojans. 3:51 left in the game. So we may not see Francis, so we may not get the crack at his career high here. With just 4 minutes to go, don't need to risk any injuries. As Armour can't knock it down, Alexander up ahead to Bazarian. Now Ben going to have another chance at a transition layup, and this time he's fouled, so it'll be free throws for Bazarian to try and get on the board.
Fouls on number 24, Mario Bellavia. At line shooting 2, number 13, Ben Bazarian.
That one rattles out for Bazarian. Ben knocks down that one. So 1 on the board for Bazarian. (65-24), 3:33 to go. So Anderson will improve to 1-0 in district play as Bazarian cuts off the passing lane, picks up the steal. He's going to push it out. Nice pass ahead to Price. Layup on the other end. Ben Bazarian making it work on both ends. That was all Ben on that one. Wasn't too happy about his missed layup and missed first free throw. So he picks up the steal and the assist. Now here's Price, had a chance to go after that one. When he'll let him reset, here's Edwards with it out on the wing. Now Shaw with Bazarian on him. Now Roman Edwards. Here's Shaw, fires away, and that's no good, left it short. Bazarian could have been called for a foul on that one. A little bit close on the closeout. But now with 2:45, here's Price driving in, gets to the basket and has it blocked by Shaw, but he'll head to the line.
Fouls on number 41, Rowan Shaw. Number 3, Corey Price with the first. Price will shoot 1.
Price gets that one to go. So Price 2 for 2 from the line. He's got 4 points on these back-to-back trips. So here comes Edwards. Quan out on the perimeter. Defending him is Andrew Alexander. They get it underneath the basket. No good by Bellavia. And they're going to get Andrew Alexander on a loose ball foul.
12, Andrew Alexander, his first. Fouls on the floor.
Pass into Voorhees. Bellavia gets it under the basket. Good job by Armour defending there. But a rebound underneath and a shot made under the basket by Travis Edwards.
Travis Edwards.
He's played some good minutes for them as here's Alexander from the corner. That's no good. Armour taps it up. Couldn't quite tap it to himself. But now it's 69-26. 1:51 to go. All the way is Voorhees, and he can't get the layup. It rims out. It's been that kind of day for Nathan. Ben will take it up now for the Trojans. Here's Alexander. Into the corner. Bazarian finds himself open. Three-pointer's too strong. Kalen Hull doing a good job getting the board back, though. Here's Price. 1:27 left in the game. Is Anderson going to try and end this thing, and that's going to be a kicked ball going against Voorhees. As Okoye will come back in. Shot no good for the Trojans. Now pushing the other way. Up and under is no good by Voorhees. It was a nice move, but couldn't get the finish. We'll have a jump ball.
Possession to Anderson.
Here's Alexander. Gets it to Hull. Shot's no good. Out to Armour. Now here's Price. 50 seconds left. Back to Ben. Trojans look like they're going to be content to take this one out. 40 seconds left. Just going to dribble out the clock, passing it between Bazarian and Price. See if they could do their best to just not turn it over, as Francis going to finish up just 2 points away from tying his career high, so 3 points away from a new career high for Francis, but a great start to district play for the Anderson Trojans. They're going to come out of here with a victory. It's going to be 69-26 unless something changes in the next 10 seconds as they pass it over to Price. Price over to Alexander. Alexander just going to hold it, and the clock will expire.
And that's the ballgame. Our final today, the Anderson Trojans 69, the LASA Raptors.
So, final score here is 69-26. Anderson picking up a nice victory here to start with district play. Going to introduce a new segment on the broadcast. Want to get a nice player of the game interview for the Trojans on these district home games. They win it here tonight, 69-26, a big win over the Raptors of LASA. Jack Francis comes out 28 points, 12 in the first half, 16 in the second half, so a nice win for him. Nice job from him, picking up a whole lot of points here tonight, a team high 28. Fred Dale was the only one that was also in double figures with 11 points. So for now, going to go ahead and get a quick interview with the Trojans team high in points, Jack Francis. But first, going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we will be right back with your Trojan post-game interview.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3-13, again, another reverse, breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds, really close in the corner. Rotates to Wilson, she fires the three. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by one.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
Alrighty, back in on the Trojan post-game show. I'm joined here with Trojan guard number 5, Jack Francis. Monster game for him today, 28 points, 12 in the first half, 16 there in the second half. Want to ask Jack, after struggling in the first quarter against a team like LASA, how do you guys come back in the second quarter and just put your foot on the gas and force all those turnovers? You had 12 in the first half. Actually, hold on. Sorry about that. It's upside down. And just make sure that this part right in front of your mouth.
So we really just started playing more as a team. Just got together and we know what we can accomplish, and we just need to go out there and show it. We started off super sloppy, both offensive and defensive side, and we came together and just kind of regrouped, and then it was good from there.
Now, how important is it for y'all as a team to come out and take care of business in your first game of district play, knowing what y'all did last year, a 14-0 run?
Our coaches always say just play to a standard and not to the team that we're playing. So we just play to what we know we can play to, and we can get anything done that we want to set our minds to.
And in a half like this, when a lot of guys are kind of struggling to hit shots from the floor, and you have the hot hand, does that kind of change your mindset when you're attacking the basket or looking for other guys? Do you try to get them more involved, or do you just kind of ride yourself on that?
Just kind of ride myself on that. Just play within the offense, and the looks will come. Just look for the open man and not force anything that isn't through the offense.
Well, good. Really appreciate you, man. A great game for you today. Just 2 points off from tying your career high. 28 for you this afternoon. How are y'all feeling going into this tournament that y'all have right after the Christmas holiday?
Really good. We'll get a nice break before the tournament, and then we'll be back at it and ready to play some good competition.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
I'd like to congratulate you on being the first ever Trojan player of the game for the season. Going to have some more of these throughout the district home games, since we can stick around in this gym a little bit longer. So thanks, Jack. You have a great afternoon. Have a great holiday. Spend some time with your family. And good luck going ahead in the season. Go ahead in the tournament.
Thank you. You too.
And with that, going to go ahead and take another break, and then we will be able to wind it down. Jack Francis joining us on the broadcast this afternoon.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3rd and 13. Not yet. Another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds, really close up in the corner. Rotates to Wilson, she fires the three. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
So back in. I want to thank you all for tuning in to our broadcast here today. Trojans picking up a big win, 69-26 against the LASA Raptors. So the Trojans move to 1-0 in district play. And with that, we are ready to sign off here. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Wherever you may be, I wish you all a happy holidays, as this is our last Trojan game before Christmas. They will have a tournament next week, but this will be our last broadcast until the new year. So a big happy holidays to all of you. Trojans dominant today in the second, third, and fourth quarters. They win 69-26 over LASA. I have been Jack Farrell. Want to thank Jack one more time, other Jack, not me, for joining me up here. Should not be the last time that we talk to him, as he is a leader on this team and an excellent player. Looking forward to getting to hear from a lot of these guys and hearing their perspectives on this Trojan team and these victories. That's a lot of fun. We'll try to do that for definitely the home games. Away games, sometimes it can be a little difficult, as they like to kick us out of the gym as soon as they can. But a lot of fun. Anderson, a good win for them. A nice one to take into the holiday before they really have to ramp it up in what should be a very tough tournament, playing a lot of great teams. So, going to go ahead and sign off here. Anderson wins it 69-26 over LASA. I've been Jack Farrell. It's been a pleasure. Hope you all have a great holiday and a great break.